What is intuition? With some teaching methods, in case you decide to teach too. I am starting this lesson with other people's views as well as history on each topic, and then I will mention my version of intuition. Some will resonate with mine, and some will resonate with others. I want to give you the option to choose and resonate with which intuition version that you do, just as I try to do this method that I was guided to try. So, therefore, through this course, there's other information taught by others that you or your client or students might resonate with at the moment. So you can teach more in depth from that too. Or unless your teaching method is similar to mine where I share others' views. Either way, it's your course or training, etc. But before we go too deep, for you to ask yourself and write it down, if you choose to do so, what is intuition to you? If you choose to wait until after you read this lesson to answer that question, you can choose to do so too. Which timing feels or seems right for you? Back to the different people's options that I am giving you for different intuition meanings. Or extra intuition info to learn. I decided to also look up online and see if I could find anything interesting or something helpful in your search for intuition history and information and meaning. So, you have other points of view, and this can help add to your own research. But please still research further into this intuition topic. As well as I encourage you to join my Facebook groups, because our community will be helping one another out. I might not be aware of something, and you can see a post by another with something helpful for you at the moment. You can also post your own so you can get help from someone knowledgeable in the areas you need it at. It's okay if you don't have a Facebook. I will try to work on ways to gather people to meet online somewhere like Facebook or something that we can do to help and work with each other. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. What I am about to talk about is how I feel, so you can see if you relate to it or not. If not, please be aware some of your students might relate to this too. For myself, I am cautious about things in history, and even more so now in the year of 2023, the last year or so with ChatGPT, if I am correct on the name. Because lots of things are being created by people getting AI to create something, and it is not correct or accurate information. An example of this is a cookbook being created. And the ingredients can be all wrong, whereas a well-seasoned cook will know tricks and tips in the kitchen, and let's say something causes for salt, yet the AI book says sugar, or the wrong amounts. So besides these reasonings, I feel we only have so much information and only goes so far back that we are aware of, or that is in these articles for the history portion of intuition. It could be dated and recorded further back than we know. I started this course and with these websites in this course many years ago, before ChatGPT. So thankfully I did that then, before knowing this would happen. So rest assured this is nothing to do with AI. Well, the video's artwork will. If I do add any articles, etc. later since ChatGPT or any other AI, I will try to remember to let you know. If you are one who loves history and different types of ways to look up definitions and meanings, that's what this lecture is about. This is not required to take to pass this course. The articles that I am sharing, this is for different views some of you might resonate with better than others or of my own. And if used for your classes or courses this can be helpful for your students as well. The articles are optional if you want to check into them now or later. It is interesting to see others take on intuition in history. Written underneath are clickable links you can click on if interested in reading. This does not apply to the course tests or quizzes, but I know many are fascinated with history, and so I wanted to be sure to add some in this lesson. And some other lessons. Even though, like I said, this is not my main focus, but I do want the option there for you. My theory is, we are all intuitive. Some teach that it is rare still. It is your choice on your belief of this, what you resonate with, or even one of your own that is not one of these options. Anything is possible. Being open and aware of why to be open is important as a teacher. If you teach your students this section, please share your views, including others, and if you resonate with mine, to then share that as well. In these lectures, I will share all kinds of ways of definitions for these lectures. This one is for intuition. I am sharing from influenced sources such as Oprah Winfrey, etc., Wiki, Britannica, spiritual, religious, metaphysical, science, pseudoscience, etc. If there are any other ways that you would like me to add to put on here so other students who feel they might resonate with it, I will add their definitions as well. Please message me, the links and info, so I can share and update my lectures with that information. Thank you, lovely. Intuition, what is it? This is my view, but you can use any view that you resonate with, whether it is from one of the sites I shared with you or my own, or even all of them if you would like, as well, of course, as what you feel intuition is. or what other way you have been taught. Whatever way resonates with you is your authentic truth, lovely. And for your students to connect with you, if you teach this, some might be more advanced and take this course to see if they can enhance their intuition through this course, or from others in our Facebook groups. Briefly, what is intuition? It is a sense, hunch-type guidance into something unknown and seems unpractical, and will come in at the spur of the moment. It sometimes can come in as a daydream too. Intuition is also our instinct. It is like a butterfly antenna, and we have our own antennas to receive a message like a butterfly senses what the butterfly senses for. The butterfly's antenna is like us. For us, it's a message and a trust, a feeling, a knowing, before we can see any outcome. And so we misjudge it or discredit it by using our practical minds over our spiritual minds, which connect to our higher self. Finding balance is a fun task, but one that is needed when using our intuition. We all are intuitive. Some choose to close it off and ignore it because it is not practical. Some choose to enhance theirs, to live with it and embrace it, or occasionally use it through life, or with some, use it with their service works. Including some choose to use theirs with a balance of intuition and practical. When we learn to trust our intuition, it helps to open many doors for us, but the tricky part is, how can we trust it? It can be a scary thing at times when our intuition comes in for scary matters, such as a premonition about what's to come for you, and a loved one that might get injured or something fatal, or when deciding which herb to take for a particular situation you are in, and you feel it's one thing, but logically with your practical or scientific mind, and can also be known as the human ego, which is going by a fear base at the moment, so you then feel it's the other option. So you stay safe and do not chance anything that is not practical, which equals a comforting feeling choice. Breaking through these walls of unfamiliarity and trying something new by using our intuition for some time at first can be scary, trying to trust something that is not of comfort yet. In time, it can be comfortable and prefer to use intuition because you have worked with it long enough to trust more in it, and it seems to mostly lead in the right direction needed. Either way, or whatever the reason or belief is, using our intuition is a very helpful and practical way to help when choosing specific things that need to be chosen with our intuition and our practical mind. Sometimes both are needed. Sometimes intuition or practicality only is needed. You will know which to use after the outcome has happened, because you will instinctively be guided on what to choose and do. And the outcome after, when thinking and piecing together, you will clearly see which choices you are guided to do. None of those options is more important than the other. They are all needed. Here is a list of examples to describe intuition. A hunch. Aha moment. You just know her instantly. Gut feeling. Instant full insight. Intuition flash. Psychics and intuition are very close, but there are some differences, such as when we get an intuitive thought, the information is with it, whereas a psychic will have to process the thought and figure out the meaning and info from the psychic hit they get. Some people these days are calling intuition an intuition flash, and psychic hit for psychic, so learning to work with your intuition will help you greatly in life. As well for your service works, some of us have learned and feel that intuition also works with our chakras. In my other course for Mediumship Ascension, etc., it sometimes can also mean where it is felt at, can also be a part of the meaning of the intuition flash. Such as, let's say, the solar plexus chakra is felt when your intuition flash comes in. Depending on the message, sometimes this intuition flash comes in and pertains to someone else that will have you involved in it in most cases, since you either saw or felt or heard how the intuition flash came in as, which will be one of your clairsenses, taught later in this course in another section. How to? You notice it's a deep gut feeling located near or at your solar plexus. You will then want to look up the meanings of that location and piece together what it can mean. Along with the message you got, I wrote a lecture with the meanings of the chakras to help when it is felt, to check the intuition flash message with the meanings of the chakras as well. It is also written for other lectures pertaining to chakras and trying to piece chakras with the lecture, like this one for intuition and chakras. You will want to ask yourself some of these questions during or after your intuition flash, and using a pendulum can help speed up getting the answers. If you're new to pendulums, I have a lesson or so teaching you how to use one in this course. Also, extra ways of using the pendulum with a mat or your own created map, and other ways you can use your pendulum. Also, which types of pendulums there are with info about that, and much more. Does it feel personal to you? Or for someone else? Where are you feeling this intuition flash coming from? Which part of your body? Does the location's meaning have a meaning, such as whether is it affecting one of your chakra areas or near one? What's the meaning of that chakra area? How is this intuition flash feeling? Is it a good or a bad feeling? I will create a PDF question list you can print or screenshot to have on hand until I make this course in book form too. Then the list will be there. These were just a few quick questions and examples that are helpful. You can also create your own questions. Sometimes intuition flashes can be solved further by checking the location and the meaning of the location, and your guidance will continue further from there. You might notice once you solve the intuition flash that things will feel lighter again, and you may experience continued guidance. One way to work on enhancing your intuition along with your other senses is in this course. And my other courses such as healing and mediumship, etc., is by eating and drinking plant-based types of supplements or herbals and elixirs or changing your diet to help enhance your intuition or psychic senses, along with other methods to do similar to that. This helps to unclog the energy centers, things like our chakras, our aura, our third eye, etc. And by raising the vibrations and frequencies and energies to sense more clearly, things like preservatives or dyes, etc., really tampers with our senses. So eating more from a locally organic farmer or your own garden truly will help too. Any kind of change you are able to do will help greatly. If any changing is needed, some are already on this path or working their way towards there.